In 1977, the murder of Teresita Basa in Chicago, Illinois, shocked the nation. Basa, a Filipino immigrant, was found brutally murdered in her apartment, and the police were unable to find any leads in the case. However, an unusual investigation, involving the use of paranormal methods, eventually led to the conviction of the murderer and served as a landmark case in forensic science. Teresita Basa was a respiratory therapist working at the Edgewater Hospital in Chicago when she was murdered. On February 21, 1977, her body was found in her apartment, with multiple stab wounds and evidence of sexual assault. The police were unable to find any suspects or leads in the case, and the investigation stalled. However, the case took an unusual turn when a co-worker of Basa's, Remy Chua, claimed to have had visions of Basa's murder. Chua, who had a reputation for being psychic, claimed that she had been possessed by Basa's spirit and had seen her murderer in a vision. Chua named Alan Showery, a former co-worker of Basa's, as the killer. The police initially dismissed Chua's claims, but a detective named Joe Stachula took an interest in the case and began investigating the psychic lead. Stachula contacted a parapsychologist named Dr. Joel Witten, who agreed to assist in the investigation. Witten conducted a series of experiments to test Chua's psychic abilities. In one experiment, Chua was placed in a room with several objects, one of which belonged to Basa. Chua was blindfolded and asked to touch each object, and she correctly identified the object that belonged to Basa. In another experiment, Chua was given a list of names and asked to identify Basa's killer. Chua identified Alan Showery as the killer, which was consistent with her earlier claims. The police used Chua's psychic lead to obtain a search warrant for Showery's apartment. Inside, they found a knife with bloodstains that matched Basa's blood type. Showery was arrested and charged with Basa's murder. At the trial, the prosecution presented Chua's psychic visions as evidence, which was met with skepticism by the defense. However, the forensic evidence, including the bloodstained knife, was enough to convince the jury of Showery's guilt, and he was convicted of murder and sentenced to 14 years in prison. The unusual investigation of Teresita Basa's murder had far-reaching implications for forensic science. It demonstrated the potential value of psychic and paranormal methods in investigations, and it paved the way for the use of forensic psychology in criminal investigations. It also raised questions about the use of unconventional evidence in trials, and whether such evidence should be admissible in court. Today, the case of Teresita Basa's murder remains a landmark in forensic science and a testament to the innovative methods used to solve crimes. While the use of psychic and paranormal methods in investigations remains controversial, the case of Teresita Basa serves as a reminder that the truth can sometimes be found in the most unexpected places.